Welcome.
Hey.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Welcome back
to another great episode of My Thoughts, My Faults. It's your boy Terry motherfucking Rocks.
It's your boy Reezy.
The great host
it's
Reezy
your boy
baby.
Big Miles.
Nigga, we introduced you.
My bad.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Violation.
Terry motherfucking Rocks, Reezy baby.
And Big
And
Miles.
we have a guest. Nigga did it again. Fuck it. Whatever, you know what it is.
Big Miles in the house,
Big
y'all.
Miles in the house, you know. Actor, director, producer, filmmaker.
Extraordinary.
Big dude.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, why don't you give us a quick rundown? We know you, but dude, I'm not sure they know you.
Man, I'm just a real good guy, man. Mostly.
Okay. That's
Mostly.
You solid.
Mostly. I'm just a real dope individual, man. I got some big dreams.
I like to hear that.
That's
Big Miles with big dreams.
Big Miles with
Shout
big
out to
dreams.
Big Dreams.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dreamers.
Yeah. But man, I believe in myself. Yeah.
That's key, man.
We finna have a motivational ass pod today.
Oh yeah, we finna
Yeah, y'all got the
finna get
right
people
one.
out their seats,
Y'all got the right one today.
We got the what's his name, Eric Thomas. This
I
bitch.
believe in myself.
But no, so Miles, I met you my freshman year of King College Prep.
Right.
Yes.
I was on the wrestling team. Was you on the wrestling team too, or you was on the football
Let me
team?
tell you, I went to wrestling practice for one day, and Coach Sean had me in there wrestling Jeff, and I'm just like, bro, I
This
don't
shit is crazy.
like this.
Yeah, no, that's a lot.
I'm gonna go upstairs and play basketball. So
Yeah.
I went upstairs with David and them, and I was a hooper.
That's
why I
what's
hooped
up.
for 4 years.
But no, when I saw you was the largest human I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
We was in the
Give
old
me
way.
a ding, ding, ding. Give me a sound effect for the largest human. Oh,
The Debo coming through the hallway.
Bro, like so we was in the old weight room. I'll never forget it. This nigga came in that bitch and it was like some crazy ass machine.
Big Bruiser.
The Bruiser.
Yeah.
Came in there,
Hey, shout out to Big
like that
Bruiser.
shit was knocking the ball. I'm like, oh my god. And this is back when I was small. I was super
Skinny
small,
as hell.
bro. Little as hell. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I can't imagine if that nigga would hit me, even ran into me, bumped into me. But yeah, that was my first introduction to Miles. He was always a funny, goofy ass, big ass, child ass motherfucker.
Yeah, they saw me like that, but I was really nice, man. And I was hitting Big Bruiser, but I was probably smiling while I was hitting Big Bruiser.
Yeah, you was laughing the whole time. It was a joke. But you was fucking causing
That shit
fucking
damn
mayhem.
to make it worse. You
It was
smiling while
exactly,
the big bruiser
exactly.
type
Yeah.
Like
shit.
that's what
What?
they say about a lot of motherfuckers, like all the big motherfuckers. Oh, he's a fucking teddy bear. He's nice, but then he's like, this is a violent creature.
Violent man.
So
type
that's what
like the fridge. He was fucking cool, but the nigga would fucking eat you alive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the angle that I took when I played football, though, man. And that used to hurt people more than me just being angry or aggressive. I used to play football with a smile on my face. And
That's how King Hicks big ass be. He be
fucking
fucking
people
grinning
up.
and shit.
Exactly.
like a
Exactly.
fucking
It's so
freak.
interesting because I be looking at those cats, Hakeem Nicks and the Khalil Mack dude, and I know I would fuck them dudes up like in 2021.
Yeah. Oh,
but
shit.
That's tough.
yeah.
That's big shit talking
Yeah,
right there.
I'm gonna at 50 Deuce and see what he got to say about that. See if we can get his big ass on. And see if we can get him on the pod.
Yeah,
Line that up.
set that up. Set up a one-on-one session.
Hell yeah,
I'm going-
one-on-ones? Let's get
Khalil-
it.
I'm going in.
That's great bonus content that we coming for in 2022.
I'm
You know,
coming
That shit
for
going
folks.
viral.
having fucking Big Miles and fucking Khalil Mack in the fucking what's that shit? The trenches. What the
Straight
fuck?
up, and I'm
That
not
shit
even,
nasty.
joking though. That's the thing.
Look at his face. He's serious.
He's smiling. Like we told you, he was smiling with fucking high school. He's
Yeah, I'm
still
like
doing
that.
this
He
shit.
messing those tackles up. I'm not going off
He be
none of
one
that
arm
shit.
flipping
Yeah.
niggas.
He's not gonna one arm flip me.
Nah, that's-
Okay,
hell no.
I believe that.
Yeah,
But,
that's dead.
But yeah, let's get back to reality. Real talk though. So, Miles, we was keeping in touch or whatever, and then something happened. You wrote your own film, and because I always saw you doing some acting shit like here and there or whatever, and I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to act. And I was like, hey man, fuck with me, put me in some shit, put me on woo. And then as soon as he fucking
man,
wrote a fucking
I told
movie,
you. I was like, got
I was
you,
in
bro.
that bitch.
Definitely
Because-
dropped him in that shit.
Terry was the funniest dude in high school. I was like, bro, this kid is hilarious,
Yeah.
dude. He need to be an actor. Even before I thought about being an actor, I'm like, dude's actually funny. He not corny like these other kids.
Facts,
Man.
not corny. If
No,
I'm
for
corny,
real.
it's funny corny. It's good corny. It's the
Yes,
good kind.
Exactly. And
Shout
so-
out to
It's
Terry.
the
yeah, funny.
Alote.
Yeah, shout out to Terry for being funny.
Hey,
No, he really was funny and calm. Like I just watched that shit, and bro really had some funny ass moments.
Right?
No cap.
Give me my flowers then, goddamn it.
The thing is, I wrote his character. I wrote his jokes knowing how he was gonna do it, and so yeah, bro. But yeah, in high school, I was a football player. I was an All-American football player. I was really good. I was like ranked in the state.
No, good as fuck. Like,
yeah, ranked in the country.
I came to King and like as a freshman, and it was like, no, Miles was that nigga in football when we came in that bitch. So,
yeah. Shout out to Miles for being ranked in football.
Yeah.
But so then I went to a school called Southeast Missouri. I stayed there for 2 years, and I was watching School Days one day, and I was like, man, I want to know how it would be like going to a black school.
Yeah.
And I went and found out, and so I found the only problem is like they don't really go to the NFL from black schools. But I'm like, man, I'm willing to risk my football career to go have some fun. So I hit up
because none of that shit is promised anyway. You might as well get you some good time.
Do something you love.
Do something you love, and I love having
with
fun
with people like you.
Exactly. And so man, I went on Google and I searched like, man, what school about to go send some kids to the NFL? So Hampton popped up, and then this cat from Morehouse popped up. Doing that Ramon Harewood, he was big. He's 6'8". They said 360. I said, and he said he's getting drafted. He's getting looks at by the NFL. So I hit Ramon up on Facebook, like, bro, I'm at the school called Southeast Missouri. It's a D1 school, and I'm trying to transfer to Morehouse. He hit me up right away. He's like, dude, I got you. Coach called me, offered me a scholarship. Had to get my release from Southeast Missouri. I got my release, and next semester I was at Morehouse.
What coach say? What'd your coach say when you said you need your release?
Yeah,
he low-key cried.
He did?
Yeah,
he's a white man, right? He was like,
he was black, and that's what hurt me the most. Shout out to Coach Tony Samuels,
Did he
man.
do the whole process coming to your crib to recruit you?
Yeah, he came to the daycare center. He pulled up. He came to King. Man, that's a whole nother story. He came to King, and I was like, dude, you a black head coach? I'm coming to your school, and that's how I got to Southeast Missouri. He was like, man, just come visit this weekend. I came down to visit, and the facilities was whack. We was in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. At Southeast Missouri.
Is that by like the Ozarks? Anytime I talk to somebody from Missouri, I'm like, is that by the Ozarks?
It's by the Ozarks, but it's also like right by Carbondale. It's like 20 minutes away from Carbondale across the bridge.
Did you go to the Ozarks? Did you go on a boat?
No,
I
never kicked it like that. I only stayed down there for like a semester and a half, but yeah,
it's one of my favorite shows. I'm sorry.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah. I went down there for a visit, and my host was this cat named Houston Lillard. He was the quarterback, and he actually Damian Lillard's older brother.
Right, I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's one of my good friends, and so I'm like, bro, this dude is swaggy. I like this camaraderie of this team, man. Yeah. Man, I'm like, I'm coming here, so I committed to Southeast Missouri. They wrote this article about me, like big fish in a small pond.
Been going to these black schools before it was even popular to try to go to the HBCU.
I stayed at SEMO freshman year. We was like 2-9. It was terrible, man, and I was just down there turning up. I was getting in all kinds of trouble. Like started a mafia down there.
Carbondale was 20 minutes away.
Yeah. It was lit, and I thought that was the goal of college, to have a good time. So every night I was at a different party with a different race of people. With the international students, the white students.
Who's your favorite race?
Right, who's your favorite race?
Your favorite race
I really rock. No, my first roommate was from Saudi Arabia.
Damn, that's different.
And homie had a Lamborghini.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was probably rich as shit.
Exactly.
Everybody that's Saudi that's over here damn near be princes and shit, or got fucking oil money, or royal family, royal family. Because we met some Saudis and shit. Like when I first turned 21, shit was insane. We'll get into that a little bit.
If I got a Lamborghini in college, I'm not sure I'm going to college.
Right, and so that's why I was like, what? He said, yeah, my family owns a bank. I said, oh, okay, dope.
Yeah, he got to do the necessary to own the next bank.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, now that we think about it, because that's the shit that ruined the club for me. My first time I was in the club, I wasn't even 21. I was 19.
Yeah.
And we went with the Saudi guy. He got us. They didn't even check our IDs. He just gave us some extra money. We walked in. Then the nigga spent 10 racks in the club. The first night I'm ever in the club, I'm like, bro.
What? Right.
And I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't done that yet. Like, and that was,
he said, I'm 29 now.
That's well over 10 years ago.
It's different. It's different.
Like, so, like that's how, like that's how fun. That's what fun in the club was like.
Right. And so 2 and 9, I'm like, dude, I'm watching School Days. I'm like, dude, I need to figure out what HBCU life is like. Man, got my release from SEMO. And I get to Atlanta. The moment I get to Atlanta, I was just like, "Wow, look at all these women." And
that shit is crazy.
Georgia,
from the moment I got to the airport to me checking in the hotel to then the first thing they took us to was the Clark Atlanta versus Morehouse basketball game.
Oh yeah, that's turned.
Kerry Hilson was there. The whole Atlanta Hawks starting five was there. Allen Iverson was there. And I'm like, this is college?
That's crazy.
Thank you, God, I made the right decision.
Yeah.
But then football practice was Monday, and we didn't have a weight room.
What? They had y'all like LA
Look, they said, everybody grab your stools and meet us on the track. We was doing step-ups on the stools. Then we was doing crunches off the stool.
Like, what?
And so I'm like, Dag, was that the right decision? And then I was like, man, I got a hole in my glove, coach. Can I get some new gloves? He said, no, that was your only pair.
You fucked up, buddy.
I said, what?
Have you been back to Morehouse since? Is it better now?
I'm going to get there. Hey, I'm going to get there.
I got some shit I got to get off my chest.
But in my time there, when I transferred there, we had 9 other Division I transfers. Okay. And so Morehouse is a D2 football school. And it's, it's an academia, Martin Luther King. Right. But when I got there, man, we changed the whole culture of the school, man. We started winning football games. We the most winningest
Shout out
team.
To fucking changing the culture.
Yeah. Like you said, I was the first one to make that move. Yeah, like, I was like, really man, I'm going to go get this talent to this black school. And it kind of put the fun back into football for me, Because
we was fighting for something.
Exactly.
It's like other than just like the normal.
Exactly. And so 2010... we the first team in Morehouse history to go to the D2 playoffs.
Damn, that's fire.
That's ridiculous. What year was that school started?
Right,
shit?
exactly.
The first time ever. Shit.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
And so we had like I said,
I'm not staying here very long. I'm going to get my degree in 4 years. What Dr. King say? He got the fuck up out of that bitch. He graduated when he was 15, right?
Hey, that's crazy for those.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude.
He couldn't even drive. Nigga fucking had a doctorate.
Right.
What the fuck?
That's wild. And so we turned this academia school into a football school, and we had all 9 of us who became all HBCU All-Americans.
Yeah, that's love.
And so, man, we played in an All-American game at the Georgia Dome. I had to do an interview on Greg Street before the game, and I'm just like this talking to hey, come out to the Georgia Dome tomorrow at 6:00. Yeah. And he was like, bro, you came at a dope time. Gucci Man and Waka Flocka on their way over here.
Oh, WAP on his way.
Atlanta just too lit.
I said, what? So I'm leaving out, and Gucci Man walking in. I'm taking some pictures with him. I'm like, bro, we got a game tomorrow at the Georgia Dome. Pull up. Bro, kid you not. Halftime at the game. I come to the sideline. Gucci Man walk up to me.
Damn.
I told you I was coming.
Hey, that's like Gucci a real one.
I said, shout out to you, bro. But that was my last football game, bro. And I kind of I felt that was like a transition. A transition, yeah, definitely a transition to the rest of my life. And since that moment, my shit been lit, bro.
That's another example of your first career. It's not always your best career. It don't even matter how good you are at your first career. Look at Joe Budden.
Right.
Look at fucking Joe Rogan. All these motherfuckers.
All of them. Yeah. So after that, the NFL lockout happened. And so we didn't have a pro day or nothing. And my football agent had me come sign with the Chicago Rush in the Arena Football League. And so I was living out in Palatine, making like $700 a week. And no, it was bad because I was.
That's better than The Rock shit. The Rock was fucking doing that shit. He said he only had $7 in his pocket.
Yeah, I feel that.
And he was doing that. He's doing Canadian arena football. I believe.
I don't know because the level of commitment that football takes for $700 a week.
Oh no, hell no.
That's a lot.
I was saying, I'm like, man, I'm getting these $1 million injuries. I'm getting $700. That's not adding up. And so, man, I'm praying like, man, God, please make this lockout end or something happen. And I kid you not. Right after I said the prayer, I got an email from this casting director that I met a year before. I was living at ITC, right? It's a theologian school in the AUC, right next to Clark Atlanta. Okay. And so we had just
that's church school, right?
Yeah,
church school. Yeah. And the lady had gave us like $50 a month rent. All the football players from Morehouse, and so we had like Animal House in a church school, and it was a church on the first floor.
I'm listening, like this sound crazy.
Right. We would come down from partying on Saturday night, and come downstairs bringing the girls on the walk of shame, and we'd come downstairs and there'd be church service going on.
They gotta get their blessing, man.
Exactly. And so I'm walking to football practice one day, and I'm walking past Clark Atlanta's field, and they had a bunch of cameras set up over there. I'm just like, bro, whoa. We just beat them last week. Why y'all got cameras on their field? Bring the cameras over here to Morehouse. And I went over there and say it. And she was like, are you a football player? I said, yeah. She's like, you got 10 minutes to get dressed. Come on, hurry up. I'm like, no, I'm not with you guys. I'm sorry. I play football over in Morehouse, but what you guys doing? She's like, well, we're shooting what you call a pilot. A pilot for the show called Necessary Roughness. And a pilot is what you pitch to a network, and the network picks it up. Then it becomes a series that you see on TV. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. I'm going to the NFL, but please take my information. And when I stop playing football, I want to be Hollywood.
Right.
And so a year later, I'm
that's great.
in the
AFL.
AFL.
That's great.
Right.
That shit is so crazy.
Because casting directors do not be remembering motherfuckers.
Exactly. She was like, hey, yo, the network got picked up the pilot. We start filming Monday. Can you move back down? And I'm just like, gee, yes. And I called my football agent like, hey, man, I'm about to actually stop playing here. I'm about to go be a movie star.
Now.
Yeah, did he try to stop?
I'm going to Hollywood,
He thought I was playing. He laughed. He was like, no, Miles. You remember the plan? You were supposed to play in the AFL until the NFL got lockout, ended, and then you were supposed to go straight to camp. I'm like, bro, it's like February right now, bro.
Like, this shit is taking forever.
Bro, how I'm not finna play football this whole year.
Over,
exactly.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna do what I want to do. You work for me. And so then I went and told my family, like, yo, I'm about to go to Atlanta to be an actor. And they like, come on, Miles. Like,
anytime you tell motherfuckers about acting, they think it's a joke.
yeah,
like,
you know, you know how it go. Yeah,
I'm hearing this shit daily, all the time.
And so I moved back to Atlanta. I stay in student housing from Morehouse on Parsons Street. Shout out to Parsons Street. 4:30 in the morning, I'm walking to the Georgia Dome every day for the whole summer. And I'm being in background. I was like a permanent background. So
core background.
Yeah, core background. And so like every scene you can see me walking in the background in Necessary Roughness or riding a stationary bike in the train.
Like better than just being like
more than $700 a week. I was getting anywhere from like $350 to $500 a day.
Oh, right. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, I really like this. And then when I got on set, it just opened my eyes to a whole new world that I knew nothing about. Yeah. And I feel like our community and our parents and our school system did us a disservice, not telling us all the different career paths we could do.
Absolutely.
You could be a grip, a cameraman, a director, a producer, a writer,
and they all get paid really well.
All get paid.
And they all cashing out.
Yeah. But that shit changed the way you watch anything.
Come on, bro.
Like, bro, because that's why I'm like, all this shit is fucking fake.
Right, exactly.
Because they got this shit from this angle, this angle. That's why I'm like, any love and hip hop shit or anything like that. When them bitches is arguing, I'm like, you just made them bitch had this argument 4-5 times.
Yep.
like I know that shit's not real. I know that's not one take. I know that's not one take.
But that's like, honestly, it's like pulling back the curtain on movie magic. You almost get more intrigued with the shit.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happened. And so, man, I was that annoying guy, that annoying extra on set, in everybody's face, asking all the questions. Yeah. I'm sitting in the ones chairs. I'm sitting in their chair like, dude, that's my chair. You got to go. You can't sit there. Well, who can't sit here? And shout out to Makai Brooks. Yeah. He's he was the lead on the show, and he would be like, dude, this dude's wild. Like, because I you know me, I'm
Miles. I'm finna start pissing people off. Right? See if that works out.
But he was really nice about it, man. But he would actually invite us to like parties and stuff offset. He was real because we got to see everybody every day, and so we became a family on Necessary Roughness. All the background guys that I started off with, everybody's in Hollywood doing numbers right now.
That's what's up.
And so, man, these people that you meet on your first projects, they become your family in the industry. And so, man, shout out to your people. And if you on set, if you're an extra right now on set, talk to them people. Talk to your peers, man. Make relationships with those people, because I've got my biggest jobs from those guys.
Just talking to them,
from talking to them and forming friendships with those guys that I was extras on set with, you know. And so from there, man, I did that for 3 years straight in Atlanta. Played the Atlanta circuit, so I did background for the game, and for Necessary Roughness, and then for a couple.
And it was kind of like perfect timing because the Atlanta film scene started booming.
That's when it started booming. Yeah. No, I'm in it. So I had like all these. I came home that first summer after I did it, and my family knew I'd been on TV. So I'm like, my show coming out. Let's have a party. We had a party. And I was on TV for about 3 seconds. And they laughed at me harder than when I told them when I was going to Atlanta. And that kind of hurt me, though. Because I was like, I worked hard for them 3 seconds.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
And so I was eager to actually like get some speaking lines. And so I took I made a reel a background reel every time I appeared in the background. And I came to Chicago, and man, I gave it to my mom used to be a model, and so her photographer is this world-renowned photographer named Ernest Collins, and he passed away from COVID last year. But
rest
in peace. Yeah, for sure. He started my career, dude. He took my headshots and he sent them to Grossman and Jack. and I signed with Grossman and Jack. I had a meeting with them, and my first agent, Lindsay, she hooked it up, man. My first audition she sent me on was Chicago Fire. And at the time, I was still like balancing, trying to like, Dad, do I play football? Do I act? And I'm waiting for opportunities
And how
in
long
both.
have you been out of football? You said 3 years?
This was like 2 to 3 years, and I had this first speaking role on Chicago Fire. I booked it, and the name of the episode was God Has Spoken.
Damn.
And so
And God speaks.
yeah. And so like it was like a say less moment. Yeah. No more football. And so man, that episode came out, and I'm just like, dude, yeah, I'm gonna do this forever. And I killed it. I carried that scene, man.
Yeah, that's great shit, bro.
Yeah. So from there, man, I did the Chicago circuit, auditioning, but at the same time, I was like mentoring kids in Chicago. Just like trying to like shorten the learning curve for young football players in the city, because man, I feel like I'd made every mistake you could as a football recruit, and I wanted to make sure that didn't happen for younger cats. And so man, I started letting them work out with me, taking them out to eat, and just chilling with them, big young kids.
I also feel like doing stuff like that, like adds to your blessings that you'll receive.
Oh, you know that's where the blessings come from.
Like, no lie, bro. Like I teach at a school right now, and I just I take it kind of serious because I know like. One, I'm giving them some skills that they definitely wouldn't got nowhere else, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, I had a coach, Lee Allen, he charged me up. He was like, man, I did so much for you, now I need you to help out with some of these kids that I got. And I'm like, all right, cool. And so the first cat he introduced me to was this cat, Denzel, man. Denzel Ward. He was he played at Simeon. He was a basketball player at Simeon, and he broke his hand. And he gained all this weight, so he was 6'9". And he was like, bro, I can't dunk no more. And he had all these tattoos. He was going down the wrong path. And Lee Allen introduced me to him, like, work out with him every day. So he'd come over and meet me at the cultural center at the beach. And I do football workouts with him every day. And he had never played a down of football. After a month and a half, we went to Purdue camp. And they offered him a football scholarship on the spot.
Good job.
Damn.
Never had footage, never had film.
Just an athlete, like a pure athlete type.
Just teaching them everything that I knew that they was gonna be looking for.
Yeah.
And he had the frame, you know.
No, that's real.
And so from there, IMG, the school in Brady, the football academy, they offered him a scholarship to come to his junior year there.
Bro, that's insane. Because, like, the city schools, like, even you coming from King, like, you had to be hella, like...
Oh, yeah, you had to be excellent.
Yeah, and it was like, you probably didn't know half the shit. Like,
exactly. I never got in the left-hand stance until I got to college.
But that's
Coach
crazy.
Williams said, y'all don't need to know that. Y'all don't. I said, yeah,
Shout out
we do.
Coach Williams.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Williams, man. That's my boy, man. But, so Denzel, like, I shortened the learning curve for him, and he ended up going to Syracuse on a full football scholarship, man. He's doing really well for himself, but...
Big shout out.
Denzel and I had like 4 other cats, and one of those dudes.
What did he play?
He played tackle, offensive tackle.
So he goes to Syracuse right now?
No, he's out of college. He works for like
He might know Alex's little brother Aaron Roberts.
Maybe
because he's a tackle, 5'9".
Right?
Yeah, they both was at he was at Syracuse.
Yeah, maybe. But and so one of the kids I was mentoring, this dude named Solomon. His dad called me one day, like, man, you been hanging out with my son a lot. Man, you ain't never came and met me. I met him through his mom and stuff. And so, man, I'm like, dude, where you at? I'll pull up right now.
Yeah.
He gave me the address. I walk up to his door, and he was like, man, you know who I am? I'm like, yeah, you Solomon's dad. He's like, hold on. And so he go to his mantelpiece and grab a Grammy. And he put it in my hand, and I read it. It's like, Kanye West, Jesus Walks. I'm like, oh, shit, you stole Kanye's Grammy?
You stole Kanye's Grammy?
He was like, no, nigga, I'm Rhyme Fest. I'm like, oh,
hey,
that's dope. Good to meet you. I know your name. I just didn't know the face, you know? And so he's like, bro, I like what you're doing with the shorties, bro. I do the same shit. And come hang with me for the day. And so we went to like the Urban League or Cafe or something, and he had a bunch of shorties there.
Tell my stories.
Yeah. We had a bunch of shorties there, and they was like, man, you big, man, you big. I'm like, bro, y'all get big too. Y'all gotta do push-ups and stuff. And when we left there, he was like, bro, you'll work out with the kids? I'm like, yeah. So we went and got some free weights. The gym that I was working out at had free weights, and man, we put the free weights in the truck and bought them to Rhymefest backyard. And Rhymefest got the University of Chicago to donate some breakfast to us. And that Saturday, we had like 12 kids come to the backyard and look like a prison. And we had them doing a circuit in the backyard, and then we had breakfast. And then we did the same thing the next weekend. It was double the kids there. And we did it until it got cold.
Yeah.
And he was like, Miles, you see that? We just did a program with no resources.
Ain't nobody even know.
I'm like, that's dope, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, it don't be that it's not enough resources. It's just not enough niggas wanting to do stuff. I'm like, bro, that's legit. That's real. He's like, so let's put your football stuff with my rapping stuff and do like some artist development type stuff. I'm like, bro, that's lit. Let's do it. And so I wrote up a curriculum showing how living a healthy lifestyle translates.
Did the nigga change his voice just now?
Living a healthy lifestyle translates to being a successful artist. And man, I sent it to Rhyme Fest, and he called me back. I was in Kansas City with Jeff. Shout out to the Chief. Shout out to Jeff Allen. Yeah. And he was like, dude, Kanye said we could use his mom nonprofit. I'm like, you lying. Donda. So we did a press release, put it out, and we had 500 applicants.
Damn.
Well, I'm like, bro, this is raw.
How many did y'all end up picking?
We picked 30. We could only have picked 30. Okay. And so before
How
all
hard
this,
was that?
Before all this, I'm like, gee, like let's record this whole process and make a show like Making the Band for Kids. And it's before JD had that show.
We get the kids.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, this is gonna be dope. And we put Kanye on, and they're like, nah, we want it to be like a family structure, neighborhood. We want kids to actually come here to need help. And I understood it, but I'm like, bro, let's get cash out on this shit.
You know
and help. We can help more people like that. But him and his wife, they didn't see eye to eye like with me on sometimes. But I made the most of the situation, and I put together this dope staff based on like the health and wellness. DC was doing yoga. Hollywood was the nutritionist. I had my brother-in-law Drake. He was the head trainer. My boy Titus. Man, everybody. I just involved everybody that was raw. Everybody had a role, and we actually went there every Saturday, and we was teaching the kids. Man, we put them through a meditation circuit. We have them do meditation and yoga.
You had them niggas chanting, or you just had them?
All of that, dude. DC had it. We had everything. We had Leah from Synergy Foods. She was donating fresh fruits and vegetables every morning because that'd be the only vegetables they had. Man, and we, right. It was a really dope program, man. And we really teaching the kids. And then we put them through a football workout. And at any moment of the workout, I point to you got to kick a freestyle. And these kids was the rawest rappers I ever.
That's hilarious.
They was cold, man. They still some of my favorite rappers to this day.
Yeah.
I met through Donda House, the program, and so we did maybe 6 classes consecutively. Yeah. And everybody came through there. Big Sean, No ID.
Damn, y'all put the heavy hitters in.
Real quick. It became big real quick, and it was just a really good time. And the last thing I did with Donda's House was Fest. We did Fest with Common Ground Foundation, and Lupe, Twista, Kanye, Brian, everybody came back and did a concert in the name of the kids. And the day after the Fest, I resigned just because, man, me and Ryan
accomplished so much.
Yeah, because we accomplished so much.
What else?
And so I kind of focused on acting after that, and was really I was focused on acting during that whole time. It was just a good balance. I had real good balance. And so after that, I actually went on tour with Twista.
And did what?
Through the Offest situation, I met Twista's social media manager. Shout out to Bill Crane. That's my boy, man. Y'all might seen him. A white dude. He was dressed to a T, have on the top hat. He be with G Herbo.
I never seen her with a top
I'm looking
hat
for
white
his
man.
ass,
But
Bill Crane, Crane's World. Shout out to Crane's World. Yeah. Search him. That's my brother, dude. And so he hit me up and he's like, dog, come to Kansas City with us. We about to go shoot a video with Twista and what's the cat name with the mask?
MF Doom or
the other cat, independent, the biggest independent artist of all time, Tech Nine.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I bet I got people in Kansas City, and so I'm like, all right, we got on the bus, we drove out to Kansas City, and we pull up the Tech Nine stuff. I had Jeff and the boys meet us at Tech Nine studio at Strangeland, and we in Strangeland shooting music videos with Twista and Tech.
A popular ass studio, bro. That shit got history,
bro. Yeah. He got a merchandise facility. He got a studio. He got a production facility. It really opened my eyes to independent artists really going crazy.
Yeah.
And man, I got the tour. Shout out to Kerry from Strangeland. We shot a video. We shot a video with Ritz, one of his artists, and Twista. And I'm like, man, this is really dope. This is really cool, guy. Thank you for ordering these steps, because I would never imagine I was doing some stuff like this. It really smacks. So then I came back to Chicago, did a couple more stops with Twista on the tour. Shout out to my man Carl. Twister, that's his real name. If you know.
I didn't even know that. Shit, shout out Carl. Hey, shout out Twister, man. That's like one of my dad's favorite
We
rappers.
finna get all these niggas to repost the motherfucking pod.
Hey, he's a legend, bro. For real.
For sure,
man. Dude, still the coldest.
Since like Twister got like a 20-30 career, 20-30 year career out here.
I can't wait till they do a movie on him, bro. He was supposed to be with Rocket.
With hard as fuck. Who the fuck gonna be
right? Exactly.
Put up in the
Exactly. And so I came back to Chicago and was just grinding that out. I was just I'm about to lock in and focus, and I moved up to Skokie with my trainer, and I was doing tour days, working out hard, and I got a random call from a producer, from Rob Hardy, from he was like, "Yo, I'm shooting a new show on BET. It's a pilot called The Yard. It was The Yard at first, and I had like a couple lines to say, and I sent them the audition, and they said
like some strolling shit.
Right. And I go down there and I film it, and I had like 3 lines legit. And in the locker room scene, I go up to the quarterback and like shake his hand, like, bro, you killing. And they remembered that moment. And when the pilot got picked up by the network, they changed the show to the Quad, and they brought us back. And it's like, oh yeah, we boost your character up to a recurring character. You the white boy's roommate.
Oh shit, I got a real job, y'all.
Not to cut you off, but the real similar thing happened to fucking one of the biggest actors ever, Matthew McConaughey. Mm-hmm. His first movie was you seen Days Confused, right? Mm-hmm. All he had to do was say, all right.
That's his catchphrase, yeah.
That nigga was not supposed to be in the movie. They put that nigga in the whole rest of the movie because of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, I want to have a career like Matthew McConaughey. Exactly. I need an Oscar. I'm going to get an Oscar.
Yes, sir.
Y'all saw that first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm claiming it. I won't mind.
Yeah, I'm getting
I got my speech written already.
I got my speech written.
And how I'm gonna hold this trophy when I'm looking down on.
I hold my trophy every day.
right there. Man, that's lit.
You gotta manifest it around here, y'all.
That's what it's all about, manifestation, bro. And so yeah, man, the Quad, dude, that was so dope.
You gonna be the biggest Oscar winner of all time. You was on there for
2 seasons, right?
Yeah, I was on there for 2 seasons. And so, man, they told me, yo, we filming at Morehouse. I'm like, bruh.
My old stomping ground.
Bruh, this shit cannot be planned out any better. Like, how is this happening?
I couldn't have wrote. That's come on, bro. Yeah. And so we get to on the first day.
Is that gonna be the name of the biopic? The biopic.
Oh, got it.
God has spoken. Y'all can name the episode that, but the biopic definitely. That's a good name. I've been writing it, and so the first scene of the movie is start off with me and Jasmine Guy played my teacher, and so me and her were walking. We have just finished the scene, and we walking across the yard, and she's like, "Miles, I grew up in the house right over there. I'm getting like chills because this is so surreal. My dad was a professor over at Spelman, and I wanted to go to Spelman. And she was telling me I said I got something crazier than that. I was at a D1 school in Missouri, and I was watching you on school days.
Yeah, that's."
and I said I want to transfer there because I want to experience a black college. And I transfer here, and now 8 years later, you my teacher.
Way to one up the fucking story. That's crazy.
Ain't
nigga,
that?
I got something crazy than that. Nigga, I was watching you.
Right.
I changed my whole life, moved here, left. Now I'm back here with you. Fucking making them
this is
fucking
real
show.
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, man. And she was like, I had chills, but I got even bigger chills now. And so that's how my movie started. That's how it's going to start with that scene.
That's right.
And so, but yeah, I was shooting in my field, in my locker room. And so imagine how comfortable I am.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Going around, I know the people at the facility a little bit.
Exactly.
You know
I know the security there. I'm feeling it. Yeah, I'm at the crib, dude. And so, man, we was shooting during homecoming. During homecoming, I was getting paid from BET to make appearances, but I'm also out there getting thrown with my teammates. You know what I'm saying? Going to the game. Exactly. So those years I was doing the Quad in Atlanta, that was the most funnest time of my life, you know?
Yeah, that sounds like an amazing time.
Yeah, man. And through the Quad, I met some of my closest friends in the industry. My roommate, Jake Allen. Bro, he's dope, bro. Bojan on the Quad, man, that's my brother, dude. Shout out to Jake. He got me my first manager. And that's the reason why I moved out to LA. I stayed at his couch first in LA.
The typical LA story.
Yeah.
LA story,
Exactly. I got out to LA. My man, after the second season of the Quad, he was like, "It's time for you to move to LA." I'm like, "All right, cool. Give me to March 1st." Move out there March 1st. March 5th, I'm on Jake's couch. March 5th, he called me. He was like, "Yo, I got your first audition is for Insecure."
Issa Rae.
Issa Rae.
Oh, this a party lift?
Right. I'm like, are you serious, guy? You really finna snap like this? I said, I'm about to kill this.
And that was what, season 2, right?
That was season 3.
That was season 3. Okay, so it was already big.
Yeah. And so
that shit.
Insecure was always big my whole time watching, but like by season 3, niggas knew what time it was.
I used to watch Awkward Black Girl. Yeah, I remember when I was like, man, this is interesting that she's getting this type of traction from YouTube, and she's just shooting with like a cell phone footage. It wasn't like a immaculate production value in her stuff. It was just a good storyline and consistency, and she took that story all the way to the top, all the way to HBO, and now she's
300 M.
She's 300 M.
300 M.
Yeah. Shout out to Issa Rae. You killing it, bro.
I remember when that shit happened because I didn't know you was gonna be on that bitch.
Yeah.
I don't think you told nobody.
No, I didn't tell nobody.
And like I'm just watching shit. I'm like, that's fucking Miles.
Yeah, I think he does.
Fucking Miles, G. And you like had hella lines. Was funny, and I know you improv a lot of that shit too.
You know it.
And then she tweeted about you. She's like, "Oh my god, he was so funny."
Right.
Like the lift guy, blah blah blah, bro.
Literally.
I'm like, this nigga got Issa Rae tweeting about him.
Gee, literally at the party, at the after party, the rap party, they show every one of my takes.
Damn,
on the screen. And
that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Did you get a reel of that? Do you have that shit too?
I got it on my
How
on
is
my
the rap
phone.
party? How is the
It's just
HBO
everybody, all the the camera crew, the producers, everybody coming and just be turned up, And so it was like a dream to me because man, I wasn't expecting that. And
I
so
was on the couch.
Right, exactly. They said we're gonna watch this blooper reel, and so they showed a couple of Yvonne and Issa clips, and then they showed one of mine, and then they showed every take that I did, and I was just like, wow,
I'm funny as shit.
I am funny, and everybody in there is just coming up to me, showing me love. So shout out to Insecure for giving me a platform. Man, that was my first job in LA.
Yeah, so we got to pause right there, and we got to get down to the nitty gritty of it.
Man, LA, that was a journey within itself because after Insecure, bro, I was bagged up. I had like 20,000 saved. I'm staying on 5th and Wilshire.
Yeah.
Man, 5 blocks away from the beach in Santa Monica, bro. Everything is plush. I had a dope ass spot.
Everything is plush.
I had
LA all about location.
It's all about location. It's all about who you know.
I haven't seen the whole side of my mansion yet. I'm stuck on the east swing.
Right. but at the time, I went to work out and I was doing squats and I did something. I messed up my back and I had sciatica. Damn. And I couldn't walk, bro.
We're gonna drop a definition of that shit in the bottom.
Right. I was working out too hard and I messed up my back, and so for like 2 weeks I couldn't leave my couch, and it was the worst 2 weeks of my life. And I'm on 5th and Wilshire in this plush condo, and I couldn't move. At the same time, back here at the crib, my family was going through some things. My cousin committed suicide.
Oh, damn.
My grandma got sick, and I couldn't even come to the funeral, my cousin's funeral, because I couldn't walk.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah. And so everything was going good career-wise and life, but I couldn't mourn with my family. I couldn't walk, and so I spent some of that bag on a chiropractor visit. And I was paying like $150 a session for my chiropractor, and I had to go like for 4 weeks, and so that 20 dwindled down. Yeah, and then by then that sublease was up, and then I found another sublease on like 12th and Michigan in Venice, and I was paying like $800 rent, and I had that spot for like 7 months, and I'm just going to auditions, doing my thing, and things are dope. Man, I come from Chicago to LA, and the police raided the crib that I was at.
For what?
The girl that rented the crib. Right? Yeah, I was subleasing. So the girl that was in the other room, her boyfriend was selling crystal meth out of there.
God damn.
Shit.
Right. So
I wouldn't want to eat shit.
Right. So I woke up one time.
And I sound like a white dude.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be the black dude.
Exactly. I had just landed at like 3:00 in LA. I went and got a meal from C&O Bistro in Venice, Italian spot, my favorite Italian spot. I come back, I go to sleep, and 2 a.m. there's a tap on the window. I wake up, they got lights in my window, flashlights in my window, 13 police coming and kicking the door. I'm like, bro, I'm an actor, bro. Immediately, I said, I'm an actor, that's my headshot right there. They said, come out. I'm out in the middle of the street in Santa Monica with my boxers on, big ass black dude.
Damn.
Like, man, what's going on? She was like, he was like, oh man. I said, I just got in town. I rent out that room. I don't know none of these people in here. You could take my headshot. Exactly. No, I said take my head. I said take my headshot to the office and put it up. I'll sign it for you guys. Tell them don't mess with me. And they were like, they were real cool. They was like, oh, he's an actor for real. I showed them Insecure. So shout out to Insecure. Yeah. Insecure done got me out of like a couple tickets, man.
Couple of problems.
Yeah.
Lift nigga.
Yeah. De-escalate with that real, with your real. If you ever get pulled over, Terry, show him some acting shit. Yeah, they was like, we're gonna let you go because we don't want to be talked about on HBO. And so from there, the landlord was like, I gotta kick y'all out. I'm gonna renovate the house now. So I found another sublease. I paid this, and I'm dwindling down like $7,000 now. And so I paid her like this other sublease. She said I got to go to Florida. My brother just passed, and I'll be gone for the rest of the year. I pay her this $3,000 for the next 3 months. And I'm in there. I'm like, okay, now I can really get to the nitty gritty.
By myself.
Right. But at the time, Jordan was getting married, and so I had to pay for his bachelor party.
Damn.
And so I'm like, bro,
that's the best man's job.
Yeah, that's the best man's job. It changed your life, right?
Nah, it was like $1,000.
Yeah. And so I'm like, bro, I need to make up for this money that I just spent on chiropractor and rent. And so I'm like, I'm finna go grab a lift and start lifting out here. Yeah. And so, man, I started. No, that was just my plan. And so when I made that plan, I came home from the gym that day. I put my key in the gate. A white man come from under the garage. I don't rent to you. I said, bro, I'm Miss Angela. That's my friend. I'm just staying here while she's going to take down her brother. I don't rent to you. The police are on their way right now. I said, never, bro. The police pull up, guns out. What's going on? I said, man, I was subleasing from a friend of mine. I don't allow sublease. And he's like, it's his word against yours. Can you just leave the property?
All my shit's in there.
Oh, no.
I was like, all right, cool. I just walked off, and I went straight to the lift. Then I got a car and came back at like 3 a.m, grabbed my stuff, and literally was lifting and staying in my car. Yeah, shit got real.
These LA stories
the real
crazy.
Hollywood stories.
These LA stories
It seems they're unavoidable.
Yeah, shit got real. And so, but I made it into an attraction. Like, hey, welcome to the party lift. Right. I was like, I'm an actor. I'm real like doing. You're the dude from Insecure. Exactly.
Keeping that morale up is important too.
Man, some of my biggest fans right now, they was my Uber passengers, my Lyft passengers, yo. And so, but then, man, I was just lifting it. I was maxing out on Lyft every day. And man, saving that money so I could pay for Jordan's damn bachelor party, so I could show him the time of his life in Miami. Right. And boy, did we have a time of our life, man. Shout out to Fred, shout out to Tino, shout out to gang. We turn on, shout out to Tootsies, we the Tootsie Boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I want to get to Tootsies, y'all. I'm trying to get to Tootsies. You feel me?
Right.
Daddy's not around.
Right. Yeah, I had some times in Tootsies. But yeah, after that, after I paid for Jordan's wedding, I got casted for the movie Dutch.
I was just watching the trailer for that.
Right. And so
you like a pastor in there, or
yeah, I play a ex gangbanger pastor, and so that movie like changed my life, bro.
And low key, that came out on BET, right?
It came out on BET.
So I'm curious, like, so once you did like the joint for BET, the quad, do you get like in the circuit of like BET, or is it just like people?
I think once you the game is like casting directors.
Okay.
Once you get in with different casting directors, they like, oh man, Miles would be good for this role. Oh, Miles would be good. And so, man, shout out to Leah Daniels Butler. She casted me for Dutch. And
she have an Instagram so I can follow her.
Bro, it's Lee Daniels' sister. Yeah. She cast me for Dutch, and at the time they were flying me in from Chicago every weekend, and it was like my grandma's last days, and so I was like kicking it with my grandma every day when she went to the nursing home, and that was just really like a special time for me because it was like this is my first movie. My grandma would just speak blessings on me all day, and so on her last days, I was telling her like, man, make sure you get me right, man, when you get to heaven. And she ended up passing away on my last day on set, and so that was like, man, really sentimental for me. But I got these voice memos of her that go real hard.
Yeah, and it's cool you got to spend that time because a lot of people don't get to spend that time.
Yeah, as a kid growing up, I mean, as a teenager and as a 20-year-old through my 20s, I had really like had my priorities in line. When I was doing Donda House and everything, I was at my grandma's house, man. I was just chilling with my grandma, and so yeah, I feel like she's ordained my whole career.
And that's what you shot Carmen, right?
Yeah. Okay, and so then Dutch, I dropped I didn't even. Okay, we got to go back to Karma. Like, I shot Karma before I went to LA.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Because we had Khalil on here like a few weeks ago.
Okay. Shout out to Khalil.
And one of these things that stuck. Yeah, shout out to Khalil. One of the things that stuck into my head about that shit was I remember we was doing that one scene hella times. You was like, bro, and like you was talking about you such a nice guy. He was like, you said this shit. He was like, y'all niggas suck. You two are terrible actors. What the fuck are y'all doing? Then we looked at him like, what the fuck, nigga? Then next take later like, guys, that shit was awesome. Y'all good ass actors.
No, what happened? What happened for real? Y'all was out there, and I'm like, bro, this is not believable. I don't believe y'all. This shit sucks. We not finished film today. We gonna rehearse today.
That's real shit.
And we gonna come back in 2 days and do this shit.
Yeah.
And they murdered it. But that's the job of a director.
Yeah,
like,
to
I'm not
recognize.
finna let you put that bad shit out there.
I feel like legit. That's why it stuck out to me. It was like the same day that you said that. It was like 2 takes later. You was like, bro. You was like, y'all niggas suck. You told me y'all are terrible actors. then like 2 takes later, you was like, bro, y'all niggas just killed that shit. Y'all doing hell. I love y'all. Y'all good ass actors.
No, I mean, because I believe in it. So, okay, Karma.
Like, neither one of us is mad about that shit.
No,
like,
that
our feelings was fake hurt for a second, but we was like, fuck this shit.
We finna kill it.
We finna kill this shit.
Yeah. That's how some of you got to get challenged. I'm not, right, that's how life go, bro. And so Karma came after the first season of The Quad. I had some money on me. And I'm like, man, everybody else making movies, I need to make a movie and make it about Chicago. And so I was at Jeff's house in Houston. He was playing for the Texans at the time, and he was telling me about a time when he got his shoes stole from him. I'm like, dang, your shoes got stolen? He said, yeah, we had just walked out the store, and I put my boy, I had put my shoes on. I walked out the store, and the dude came up on a bike with a gun, like, give me them shoes. And my boy wasn't trying to give up the shoes. I'm like, bro, that shit sound like a movie. Matter of fact, it is a movie. And I started writing that scene. I started with that scene first. And I'm like, man, I wonder what that boy was going through that was on that bike. Exactly. And so I wrote the story from that. And I'm like, I already know who I'm finna have as the boy, Khalil. Because he crazy. And this is before Khalil had started acting and stuff. But Khalil had been in trouble at school and stuff. And he was going to Shy Arts. His mom made me go up to the school and talk to the principal. And so Khalil, I've known Khalil since he was a kid. Me and his uncle are best friends. But
you kicked that boy career off.
That's dope, right?
That's fire, G.
So maybe like that summer before we filmed, that fall before we filmed, that spring before we filmed Karma, his mom had me go to the school to go reprimand him, like on some discipline shit. And the principal is downstairs, the disciplinarian's downstairs talking about Khalil's just bad. He's not bad, kid. He's just busy. He's standing up on tables. He's trying to be a class clown. I'm like, what? Isn't this a performing arts school? That's what I said. They was like, well, man, we want him to perform how we want him to perform. So Khalil I was like, well, Khalil's coming downstairs. And so Khalil come downstairs. He was like, Big Miles. I said, no. I'm supposed to be getting you in trouble. I was like, matter of fact, excuse me, can I talk to Khalil in this room? I'm gonna get him. So we go in the other room. I said, bro, they hate your ass.
Nigga, I
and
know
we start right. And so we started busting up laughing. I was like, stop. They think I'm in here disciplining you, bro. All right. And so we go out there and he go back to school, right? And so that summer we do Karma, and man, that shit was dope. I called up my boy Chris Lofton. He was in Ballers at the time.
Bro,
how'd you meet Chris?
I'm watching him and I'm like, yo, I just seen Chris in summer. Definitely Ballers. Chris
was on the Quad for an episode, but he was from Chicago. And so after he did the Quad, I'm like, bro, that's buddy from, and he already knew of me. And so I think I met him before that. Yeah. We had a lot of mutual friends, and man, we just started kicking it. And so when I got to LA, between Jake's couch and Chris's floor, like, that's where I was at. Damn. And Chris let me stay at his crib, man, whenever I needed to. And he stayed in the hood. He stayed on like La Brea and like 85th and La Brea. Right on the host stroll with it. Yeah, in the hood. Right next to that Tams. And
I lived in LA for like a month, so I know it's kind of
I stayed at Adam House in LA. That nigga stayed at South Central. That's ever want to come pick me up.
Exactly. That's what Chris used to stay at. But Chris used to be cold with it. He used to let me come to set of Ballers with him. One time when I was flying.
So you met The Rock?
Yeah, when I flew to LA right after the second season of the Quad. I flew to LA. One time I went straight to Chris's house, and he was like, bro, your timing is crazy. The truck about to pick us up to go to Ballers. Come from the airport, go to Chris's house, we smoke a blunt, we get in the truck, we get on set. As soon as I get out the truck, The Rock walking up. I said, wow.
Damn.
This is
Huge.
You a football actor?
Yeah. I said, this dope, bro. Good to meet you. You the rock, bro. And so, yeah, shout out to Chris, man. He just been
shout out Chris.
Bro, on a
Force coming out soon.
Yeah, shout out Force about to come out. Power. He getting it all his shine, man. Chris been acting since Hardball. He was in Hardball, but he's a legend in the making. All of us are. And so it's just like he did me that solid. Flew to Chicago and played Big Bro. Teamed him up with Lil Sean and Terry and Khalil and man came up with that Arthur Barnes. Oh, and the whole cast. The acting was superb, bro, and so believable. And so we submitted that to the film festivals. We showed it in the LA Film Festival. Showed it here in Chicago. It was just really dope for my first film.
And good exposure.
Good exposure for everybody.
Yeah, because like
Khalil
even like
turned up off that, bro.
We forgot the light skinned buddy. I forgot his name.
Which Justin,
nigga, Justin,
bro, Justin, bro, he was homeless with me in L.A.
Nigga, I know he told me that shit because when I was talking about being fucking man, I want to move to L.A. but I don't want to be homeless. Like you got to do it. Everybody got to do it. It was like a rite of passage to live in L.A.
It was, but our homeless time in L.A. was lit. You seen that Steve Harvey clip of me? I was on Steve Harvey. I was at a party. Me and Justin was at a party.
I might have seen it and forgot about it.
And Steve Harvey's manager was there at the party, and he was like, "Man, you need to come meet Steve." And I'm like, "All right, man, set it up." The stage manager, so he had us come up to the show, and they ended up putting us in the audience. And I'm like, "No, I'm trying to go meet Steve."
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to meet them.
So I had I remember that Martin episode where he went to the show in Hollywood, and he was trying to the Barnell Hill show. Y'all young, y'all don't even know Martin.
I've seen him every episode of Martin, but I didn't watch Martin in years.
When Martin turned up, Barnell Hill, Martin turned up on Barnell Hill show. He was on with Casey and JoJo.
I remember that a little bit.
Yeah. So I wanted to have that moment, and so unplanned. I'm sitting next to Justin, the dude, a corny dude in the audience, was like, "It's time for Ask Steve." And so the dude went up there. He was like, "Man, Steve, man, I just took a vow of celibacy, and man, I'm trying to meet girls." And he said, "Man, why am I still single?" I'm like, bro, this nigga corny. Yeah. And I said, I tapped. And so Steve was like, "Man, you single? Or do you like the young lady holding the microphone?" And he's trying to put him on that girl.
Marina. My homie Marina finance.
And then I was like, "Justin, watch this." I said, "Well, Steve, I got a question." And he came over there, and I started macking on the girl that he was about to get on, and it was like a big back and forth thing.
Disruption.
And so, but they put it out, and it just got like 30 million views on Facebook.
Oh shit!
It was just a super viral moment, but I made that.
Put that on the screen, y'all.
Yeah. I'll show you guys. But it was dope. But that happened when I was homeless, and then like just so much dope stuff happened.
I call that LA homeless vagabonding. Just a good vagabond lifestyle.
No, that's not her name's Shay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll show you the clip. I'll show you the clip afterwards, and y'all can put it up there. And, But yeah, so then Dutch. We was filming Dutch, and they were flying me in every weekend, and we was filming this office scene with Lance and Jeremy Meeks, and it was a Sunday night about 2 a.m. And Jeremy was like, "Bro, what y'all about to do?" I was like, "I gotta go catch a plane at 9 a.m. We'll go back to Chicago." He's like, "You live in Chicago?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Bro, I thought you was an actor." I was like, "I am." He's like, "Bro, man, don't go to the airport. Yeah, I'll take you to the airport. Come to the crib." So we go back to Jeremy Meeks' crib, and we smoking, kicking it. And he's like, "Bro, you cool as fuck, bro." I'm like, "Man, you cool as fuck." He's like, "Bro," he's like, "Dude, take a key, bro. That's your room right there."
That's raw as fuck.
Damn, that's love.
That's
bro.
like fucking on Succession, but he asked like, "Greg, it's yours."
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, "Bro, every time, he's like, every time you in LA, bro, this your spot, bro." I'm like, "Bro, that's love, bro." Fire. So man, I've been roommates with Jeremy Meeks, bro. That's the most humblest, like, man, kind-hearted dude, man. That's one of my best friends to this day, bro.
Did you call him Prison Bay? Because they don't even, motherfuckers might not even know who that is. Prison Bay, guy.
That's the homie. And so, man, we did Dutch. It just dropped. I got casted for this Kardashian show after that.
What was it like?
It's called Kirby Jenner. Yeah. I was in Chicago for Christmas. I got an audition 2 days before Christmas it was like a reality show with the youngest Kardashian brother. I'm like, Kardashian got no youngest brother. Like, and I'm like, what? And so I look it up. It's a spoof, and it's like these friends came up with a fake Kardashian page saying he was Kendall's twin brother, and they start photoshopping him in all their picture, and he started getting like 1 million hits on his Instagram, and they was like, "Dog, I'm about to invest in this project." So the Kardashians got behind it, E got behind it, and I auditioned for it.
You know, Kardashians run E.
Right. Exactly, and so I sent in my audition. And they're like, yeah, you got the parole, and we start filming January 2nd, and I go up there, and we in Calabasas filming at the real Kardashians' house.
Oh shit!
And I'm just like, wow, God,
hey, that's
you really
fire, shout out to being at the
yeah. So life right there, and that was 2020, right before the pandemic, and so man, I was driving to Calabasas every day in a $150,000 Karma. The name of the car Jeremy had was called Karma. And it's a electric car, $150,000 electric car.
Like who? That's the brand, Karma.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of it until I seen it. And I was like, this ain't no coincidence though.
Like, that's my movie. I got a movie. Like the name of the model, or like
that's the name of the car. That's the name of the model. It's called the Karma. Look it up. Yeah. And so I'm driving the Karma to Calabasas every day to the Kardashians' house, and they looking at me like, this nigga's in the Batmobile. Who is this dude?
Good ass Karma.
Exactly. And so I'm like, I'm seeing the other end of the homelessness real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is dope. But then, right after we filmed the Kardashians,
this look like a goddamn
spaceship, right?
This shit look like a
Don't
Maserati.
make no noise, bro. Don't make no noise, bro.
Oh, yeah, that shit's great. That's a Maserati.
It looked like a Maserati.
No, that's the Karma.
Well, it's the Karma car. Karma Automotive.
Yeah.
European car.
Yeah. And
so
I'm living in Beverly Hills, driving the Karma. Jeremy was in Monaco, had the crib, like. Everything is just sweet.
That shit's crazy.
And then the pandemic happened. And so then I came to Chicago to spend it with my mom. And man, in the middle of that, I got into a relationship. And
look at that.
Shout out to Love.
Yeah, shout out to Michaela. Shout out to Dr. Michaela. My girl's a doctor down in Houston.
Doctor.
And everything's dope, man. Nowadays, I've just been writing, been preparing. I got all these scripts and these decks. And I'm ready to see the other end of the production, but I'm also doing auditions, man. Southside. I just did a show, Southside.
Yeah, we just watched that.
If y'all got HBO Max, check out Southside season 2. I'm on episode 6, but man, it's just like a good look. They let me use my vocal skills.
I'm on episode 5, by the way,
and he the one right. So just have a Southside night.
I don't get to talk,
but they show him. They saw him a couple times.
They show you guys some good looks in that bitch.
Exactly. So you need to make a reel out of that and get you the same shit. You know,
Diallo put me on the show, man.
Yeah, shout out to Diallo. Shout out to Diallo Riddle, bro. That's a cool
Low
dude.
Key, Southside kind of
that shit real.
Like Southside reminded me of Carmen a little bit. Just
Same
like
vibe,
the scenarios,
right?
like coming out of nowhere.
Exactly.
It's a Chicago show made by black people, bro.
Yep.
Because like that's the difference between Shameless. I love Shameless to death, but like no nigga vibes on this shit. Like,
not real.
The black representation on Shameless is fucking terrible.
And the thing about Southside, the police officers. The black police officer and his wife, they're husband and wife.
Oh damn!
And
I did read that shit.
Yeah. She went to Lincoln Park and he went to Whitney Young.
Funny as hell.
Yeah, they all Turner and Goodnight. Man, everybody on that set is genuinely hilarious. Yeah. And my episode was Deion Cole.
Yeah, I see.
And so man, we was just in there talking, and he's like, "Bruh, y'all."
Trent was on that one too.
All of those. The dude that worked at the Renner Center, Simon. That's Diallo's oldest brother. One of the Buzz Down Boys, that's his other brother. Stacy, that's his not Diallo, Bashir, that's his oldest brother. And then all his brothers and sisters and his mom is in the show. It's just really family oriented. And it's like the Waynes, bro.
Yeah.
And he really doing it big. All of them are writers on the show, producers on the show. They really just spreading the wealth with their closest friends and family that they grew up with. Everybody on the show they grew up with. Like their neighbors, and everybody is hilarious, and they really providing opportunities for everyone. And I really look up to those people.
Yeah, Kareem and Quincy, those my uncle's homies and shit.
I've never seen a show with this many people I know in there
exactly,
before.
It's they gold put on. Everybody looks from Chicago, and man, shout out for. Man, picking me, I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Because I've been putting in work in this acting stuff, and I think I'm pretty funny. So to be considered one of the funniest people in Chicago, I love it. I appreciate that. I appreciate that look. You know?
Yeah, we definitely got some shit in the works for that. We was just talking about this shit the other night in our meeting. Black Chicago comedians. We gonna have a show soon, very soon.
Yeah.
2022. We got some shit coming up.
Yeah, it's exciting, man. I'm
and we just
excited.
want to provide platforms to just like talk to them because like they don't get a lot of interviews, like, and we just want to like just aside from like the funny shit and the stuff they do, like we want to just like dive deep with them sometimes.
This is, I mean, y'all getting some stories from me that I ain't never shared with nobody, you know, and so man, it's real exclusives. Yeah. Y'all deserve it though. Y'all snapping. I really appreciate y'all having me on here.
Appreciate you, man. Bro. Anything you want us to be looking out for? We can start wrapping
up.
Rolling
with big mouths, bro.
Rolling with big mouths. What's that? That sounds good. What's this like? Some travel channel type
man,
shit?
back when I wasn't even like getting on or like a lot of acting roles, I would just be filming my day to day because I know everybody, and I just be filming them and putting like in Jeff's locker room, in just in Indy at the Colts facility.
Have
just
you met Pat Mahomes?
I never met Pat because his last year, Jeff they won the Super Bowl. Jeff had came back and played. I've shook his hand. I ain't never sat down and talked to Pat like that.
That counts.
Yeah, I guess that counts. But to me, if you know somebody, you know him. I don't even like
no one in me.
It's different. But my boy blocked for him for sure.
Yeah.
Man, got a Super Bowl, bro.
Exactly. I was so happy when they sent Jeff that ring. I'm like, yes.
Man, you gotta get Jeff on the show.
I know a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, he got some crazy stories. You gotta get
shout out to Jeff Cookies. What's the shit called?
Cookie Society. If y'all want the best cookies in the world, order Cookie Society right now, man.
Be looking good as fuck. I need to give me some.
Yeah, we gonna drop a little pic down here. Just let y'all know.
But yeah, rolling with big mouths is just like my day to day. People be like, man, all this stuff I done told y'all, the craziest things, I would just edit up and show. You can go on YouTube and search Rolling with Big Mouths, and then Vimeo Rolling with Big Mouths. This season 4. And so I had
no idea, nigga. Well, yeah, we definitely finna subscribe. We gonna subscribe all this shit.
We're gonna drop a link down here, y'all.
So rolling with Big Mouths is it. I just
so that's the name of the channel.
Yeah, I got Kirby. Kirby doing a drop for Rolling with Big Mouths.
Holy fuck.
My name's Kirby, and I'm here to talk to you today about a guy named Miles.
He's already funny.
Miles, one of my best friends. He was my sister Kendall's bodyguard for many years, and gosh, I love him so much. If you've ever met the guy, you know why I love him so much.
Why this nigga not blanking?
If you haven't met him,
you need to.
Then listen to this song.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Miles, you're the best guy that I've ever known in my entire life. I've learned so much from you, yeah. Miles, you're the best.
Anyway, that shit ain't dropped yet, right? The Kirby show ain't dropped yet, right?
No, it's out on Roku right now.
Roku, okay,
it started off on this network. It was called Quibi.
Oh yeah,
and then Quibi folded, and so Roku just picked up the show. So y'all can go check out all the episodes of, from the Kirby Jenner show on Roku, man. Check it out. Let me see if I got the intro. This is the intro.
That's dope. That's dope. But this content game is where it's at, bro.
Yeah.
It's like where it's at.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, that's Rolling with Big Mouths. That's a vlog about my day to day, bro, and all the people, the dope ass people I know. So yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Any auditions you got coming up? What?
I'll be having like 7 auditions a week, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. I need a fucking agent.
Bro, I told you what I did, bro. You gotta do the same.
Let's put that real together, Terry.
I done had some cold auditions in this past year.
Actually, the shit you did in Southside was solid.
Yeah, that's super solid, bro. That's super solid. And so,
my shit for Karma, that one, I be in hella background shit that I don't even be watching that shit. Look, like PD made all.
Look how raw I am, bro.
Fears us, and so you force my people into slavery.
I was gonna say this is like some slave shit.
Looking down on us from your ivory towers. Towers built on the backs of fishmen.
No one should be forced into anything. Everyone should be free to live as they choose.
Save your sympathy.
Leave they choose.
Hundreds of years when we sold this property, beaten and worked to death. And even after extending the false olive branch of emancipation, you continue to shun us, forced us into hiding.
Bitch.
Well, I'm done hiding. Our abuse and persecution end now. I will lead the fishermen to our righteous retribution. Now it's your turn to know humiliation and pain.
And how does that make you any different than the people you hate?
I'm just playing by your rules, and I'm gonna win. This
person with wants and dreams of our
That shit felt like I'ma stop.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That shit
like
real,
you,
right?
Like, conquer some shit. The conqueror.
Yeah. So I really
Shout out
been.
my nigga Miles, man.
I be
He's
going
like, look how
crazy.
raw I am.
Hey Miles,
Yeah.
one quick question.
What's up, bro?
Do you got an acting coach or anything? Like, did you just straight
bro.
off the?
Just being on the south side of Chicago,
Yeah.
bro. You just seen some shit.
Either you got it or you don't.
I was imitating Coach Sean right there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach Sean, R.I.P. man. Hey.
Yeah, that's fire. Yeah. No, that shit was
Yeah,
good.
man, that was great.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Hell yeah. But we want to thank Big Miles again for coming
Thank
out,
you for coming
y'all.
out, man.
Coming to sit with us at the My Thoughts, My Faults podcast. You know what
Another
I'm saying?
lovely episode, man.
Yeah, that was dope. This dope, bro. Keep going, y'all.
Yeah, we will.
For sure.
So, yeah, rolling with Big Miles, Dutch, the Quad, all that stuff. Check them out.
Kirby.
If you haven't seen his work, do that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna drop all the fucking links and shit and all this shit in the description, you know?
Perfect.
Yep. Thank y'all for chilling with us,
Right,
y'all.
man.